Everyone remembers that scandalous Oscars kiss. Being Jon Voight's kids, drama runs in the family. Angelina once said James was the only man she truly trusted, even hiring him as the head nanny for her kids. But rumors say her chaotic divorce battles heavily tested their unbreakable bond.
Most people have no idea they are related because of the different names. Jonah is actually Beanie's biggest cheerleader. He even officiated her wedding. After tragically losing their older brother Jordan, these two comedy geniuses became inseparable.
Spencer isn't just a brother, he's Emma's secret weapon. He's the one who convinced their parents to move to Hollywood so she could act. He's always her date to the Oscars instead of a boyfriend, and she calls him her favorite person on earth. That's what real sibling support looks like.
Schitt's Creek fans, hold on. Twyla and David are actual siblings. Along with their legendary dad, Eugene, they built a comedy empire. Unlike their TV characters, there is zero drama here. Dan is super protective, and Sarah admits she owes her big break to her genius brother. Before Florence took over Hollywood, her big brother Toby was actually a prince in Game of Thrones. They come from a wild, artistic family. Florence used to hate his constant guitar playing, but now they record music together. Both act, both sing, and both are totally gorgeous.
These two aren't just actors, they are Spanish royalty. Monica actually managed the family's famous restaurant, La Bardemcia, where Javier would sometimes help as a waiter. They are fiercely political and protective of their privacy. Pure talent running through those veins.
A Spanish powerhouse duo. Paco isn't just her brother. He directed Maria in the film Carmina or Blow Up, which actually starred their real mother. They turned their family life into cinema art. Working with family can be tough, but for these two, it's magic.
Raised by Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, they have a wild history. Their biological dad publicly disowned them, but they didn't care. Now they spill all the family tea on their podcast, Sibling Rivalry. They are loud, fun, and totally inseparable. We know Gwyneth, the Goop Queen, but her younger brother Jake is a serious director. He actually directed her in The Good Night. While Gwyneth grabs the headlines with her wellness empire, Jake prefers the quiet life behind the camera. A perfect balance. The Golden Girls of Hollywood. Surprisingly, they never compete for roles because they look so different. They finally filmed The Nightingale together, playing sisters, which was a dream come true. From child stars to fashion icons without a single scandal. It's the battle of the hit shows, Bones versus New Girl. Their dad is a famous cinematographer, so they grew up on sets. Despite their different vibes, one quirky, one serious, they are best friends. Emily even guest starred on Bones as a furious relative. The biggest drama in Hollywood. Eric actually helped launch Julia's career, but they stopped speaking for years due to his addiction issues and a custody battle. Thankfully, after Julia became a mom, they finally reconciled. Blood is thicker than water. The ultimate 80s movie icons. They hold the record for acting in 10 movies together. Joan often plays his assistant or sister, stealing every scene. John says she is the funniest person he knows. If you see John in a movie, Joan is probably hiding nearby. Part of the massive Arquette acting dynasty. Patricia won an Oscar while David went crazy and became a professional wrestler. They have supported each other through deep tragedies, including the loss of their sister Alexis, a truly eccentric and loving Hollywood clan. This blows people's minds. They are brother and sister. They have different last names and rarely appear together to keep their careers separate. Both are absolute legends with Oscar wins. Imagine the talent at that family dinner table in the 1950s.
They ruled the 80s. Justine was the bigger star first on Family Ties, while Jason broke out later. She even guest starred on Arrested Development as his sister. They navigated the dark side of child stardom and came out stronger than ever.
Before the Oscars, they were poor kids singing on the streets for money with their brother River. The tragedy of losing River bonded them for life. Rain is always by Joaquin's side at premieres. They are deeply spiritual and fiercely loyal to their family legacy.
Siblings to Charlie Sheen, but they kept their father's legal name, Estevez. Renee appeared in The West Wing alongside their dad, Martin Sheen. Unlike Charlie's wild headlines, these two keep it professional and low-key, the quiet ones of the Sheen dynasty.
The chicest siblings in France. Their father, director Philippe Garrel, constantly casts them in his movies. It's a total family business. Louis is the brooding heartthrob, and Esther is the indie darling. Jealousy? No way. Just pure French cinema coolness.
True Bollywood royalty. Their father was a legendary cricket captain and a prince. While Saif is the massive superstar, Soha is the intellectual author. They live in actual palaces. It's not just fame, it's an aristocratic legacy that goes back generations.
The Home Alone connection. Kieran actually played the bedwetting cousin Fuller alongside his big brother Macaulay. For decades, Kieran lived in Mac's massive shadow, but thanks to Succession, he is finally the main character. From child stars to Hollywood royalty.
Frank wrote music Hiraki and played a singer in the movie. He lived in Sly's shadow, but carved out a singing career. You can definitely see the resemblance in the eyes. The kings of Wes Anderson movies. Owen is the writer, Luke is the chill actor. Did you know Owen attempted suicide years ago and Luke was the one who saved him? A serious bond behind the comedy.
Voldemort and Shakespeare in love. They have 4 other siblings in the arts. Joseph actually played the younger version of Ralph's character in a movie. That is convenient casting. Ben is the blockbuster star. Casey is the indie Oscar winner. Casey lived in Ben's garage for years. Despite Ben's messy tabloid life, Casey has always defended him. The Boston Bros forever. They are identical twins. They often play twins or swap roles. They share a terrifying connection. They both caught meningitis as kids. From theater to huge movies, you can barely tell them apart. Pennywise has a brother. They come from the massive Skarsgård clan. Walter is the youngest and says his brothers joke that he is the failed one, but his career is blowing up in Sweden. Too many tall, handsome men in one family? Dave struggled to escape James's shadow, famously saying, "I'm not just his little brother." They have very different vibes now, especially after James's controversies. Dave has built his own solid career in comedy and directing. Thor versus the Hunger Games. They are constantly competing. Liam almost got the role of Thor, but Chris snatched it. They prank each other mercilessly on Instagram. Good genes clearly run deep in Australia. The indie darlings. They acted together in Donnie Darko as siblings, which was awkward because they had to fight. Jake is super protective of her. They are considered the most intellectual siblings in Hollywood.
Mary, Kate, and Ashley built the empire, but Elizabeth became the Marvel superstar. Elizabeth almost changed her last name to avoid nepotism claims. Now, the twins are fashion moguls, while Elizabeth saves the universe.
The Baldwin brothers are a dynasty of drama. They often argue about politics publicly on Twitter. Alec is the most famous, but William has been a steady actor for decades. Thanksgiving dinner must be intense. The Wayans family created In Living Color. There are 10 siblings. Kim often played the sister in their movies. They write, produce, and act together. A comedy factory that changed pop culture forever. Football royalty. Their families own the NY Giants and Pittsburgh Steelers. Kate is the TV star. Rooney is the dark indie goth. They are totally different but share a closet. Imagine inheriting 2 NFL teams. There is a 21-year age gap. Vera actually directed Taissa in her first movie to force her into acting. People often mistake them for mother and daughter, but they are sisters, the queens of horror movies.
Matt was the 80s heartthrob. Kevin became famous as drama on Entourage. Ironically, Kevin's character was about being a less famous brother. They have survived Hollywood for 40 years.
Disney royalty. Haley is older and wrote songs for Hillary's albums. They starred in Material Girls together. Now they are both moms, trading recipes and ignoring the Hollywood club scene. Sister, sister. They were the most famous twins of the 90s. They recently had a bit of a public drift, living very different lives, but claimed the twin telepathy is still real. Fans are desperate for a reboot.
New Kids on the Block vs. Marky Mark. Donnie was the first star, but Mark became the A-list actor. Their mom, Alma, was the real star of their reality show, from rough streets to Hollywood mansions.
Full House meets Growing Pains. Both were massive child stars who became deeply religious. They now produce family-friendly Christmas movies and defend traditional values, a very specific Hollywood niche.
Monica is so identical to Penelope that she was her body double in Pirates of the Caribbean when Penelope was pregnant. Monica is a star dancer in Spain. They design handbags together and are practically twins.
Sons of Mad-Eye Moody, Brendan Gleeson. They grew up on Harry Potter sets. Brian is the hilarious younger brother, often seen in Peaky Blinders, a family of ginger Irish genius.
The Fabulous Baker Boys. Bo was the star first, acting as a father figure when their dad was busy. Jeff won the Oscar, but he always credits Bo for teaching him how to act. A pure brotherhood. Children of Henry Fonda. They survived a tragic childhood and their mother's suicide. They became counterculture icons in the 60s, Easy Rider and Barbarella. They have healed their trauma together.
Brian Doyle Murray appears in almost all of Bill's movies. He is the older brother who got Bill into comedy at Second City. He is the unsung hero behind the legend of Bill Murray.
30 Seconds to Mars is a family band. Shannon is the drummer and the only person who can handle Jared's intensity. They grew up poor with a hippie mom and conquered the world of rock and acting.
Lily wrote a famous song called Alfie about how lazy her brother was. Who's laughing now? He became Theon Greyjoy in Game of Thrones. They argue, they banter, but they are British pop culture icons.